Hey, this is Dan
and Bob
from GigaBoots.com, and welcome to GigaBoots Podcast number 81. We used to name these.
Thank God we don't anymore.
What? No, that's a part of the charm.
Right, that was the hardest part in the whole thing.
Bob, having opinions that are nuanced on gaming news is very difficult.
Definitely.
Which is why we don't do it at all. But it's important that we deal with the stress from being tempted to have a nuanced opinion, but we should still name this one.
Yeah?
Yeah, we should still name 81. Even though it's live, and that's enough effort.
Right, that's already like way
don't
more
be
effort
greedy,
than normal.
audience. We're doing this live. That's hard enough on us. Poor Bob, we quit streaming every week, and he's locked up in his trailer crying for an hour. I have to call his agent and be like, get him out of his fucking trailer. He's got more shit to film. I will take the part of his contract that says how we punish him for being a diva, and I will execute on it. And eventually, yelling at his agent enough, he gets out of there. I don't know how his agent does it, but I can't. So
just has every M&M's red. Make sure.
Bob does love red M&Ms and nothing else. I'm more of a green and nothing else guy, so together, me and Bob, it's like Christmas. Hey, Bob.
Hey, what's up?
How about we name this GigaBoots Podcast number 81, Nuanced Gaming Opinions?
Good enough.
Okay,
you know, I'm
good
happy with that one.
You know what's great about setting the name up front? Certain other podcasts, not naming names, go through the entire podcast, and the guy who edits it /hosts it / has to name it.
Oh, no.
He keeps going, this seems like a great name for it. And he does this like every week, and it's like, it's getting old, Brad Shoemaker from GiantBomb.com, but I'm not going to name names. That was just a hypothetical.
It just could be anybody. It could even be someone else. It's not Brad Shoemaker from GiantBomb.com.
Could be Mr. Field from his secret day job as Brad Shoemaker from GiantBomb.com.
I feel like that's very slanderous. You shouldn't.
You know, and I don't even know who to, so I'm just gonna say both parties would really not appreciate it.
Yes.
He's like, I would never like that much porn on my main Twitter account.
Sure you wouldn't, Brad.
Sure. What? You don't think? I mean, I haven't gone through Brad Shoemaker's.
Yeah.
Here, let me just real quick. I'll just real quick go through his through his likes. Now seems like a great time for that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna zoom in on this so we can read any of this chat. Because in theory, I might want to do that. In practice,
I didn't wait.
Not
you have to
sure.
zoom in on this page,
Yeah, because it counts it.
Oh my God.
You know, Bob, the more silently you watch me do a thing and realize what's happening and not orally going, that's how that works, the less old man you seem.
I think it's crazy.
Web browsers, how do they work? Because they're both twitch.com or .tv.
Right. It's just, you're right. You think there'd be a button on the chat itself.
I think
that's all there is.
There's a button
Now
right
it's
here.
Now it is.
It's really small.
I was looking for it earlier. It literally wasn't there until he zoomed in.
Is that the case? We'll let history decide. So, hey, Bob.
Hey, what's up?
What's your favorite kind of ramen?
I don't know.
I generally mix all of these in one pot.
That sounds awful.
No, it's great because you get some of the shrimp and some of the beef, some of the creamy chicken.
You'd think it would just be all gross.
Well, yeah, it's ramen.
I guess if I had to choose between those ramen, I'd choose creamy chicken because it's, I don't know.
Creamy
It's got a
chicken's
charm
the
to
one
it.
I get like sick of the fastest.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's only like good for one bowl and not even finishing it.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Maybe if you added spices to the creamy chicken to help it not just be a bowl of blah. Hey, Bob, what have you been playing?
I got into the Call of Duty beta.
We don't have a theme for this segment yet, but just imagine it's like it goes like do 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 do. It's the Unsolved Mysteries thing.
I feel like that'll get us copyright issues, but yeah.
not me doing it with my mouth,
No.
which is what I'm gonna do every week, I guess.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Wow. Call of Duty, what?
Yeah, I got the Call of Duty Blackout beta. They actually just emailed me codes. I didn't pre-order it or anything. They're like, here, try it out.
Okay. I hear the blackout mode has 80 players, which is like 100, but not quite.
Right. And they've talked about increasing the number too, but
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Cool.
apparently this is my first time trying a battle royale game at all. It's a great first impression.
Let's talk.
What's
I
up?
hear they have consumable health items, which is normal for the competitive multiplayer in this year's COD.
Yes.
Yeah. That's weird for a PUBG.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought that there was medicine and stuff you found. Because I've watched people play and they like are bandaging themselves up.
But you can stack apparently like 10 of these or whatever in COD. You can just pool them up. So apparently the end game in this ends up being a shitload of people shooting at each other, and when they start getting nervous, they duck away and heal a shitload.
Huh.
It's really weird.
That
sounds really weird. I really wanted to try it, but yesterday I was celebrating my anniversary, so I didn't. You know, women, no video games, no sir. Really, just didn't come to where all my shit is, which is here.
Right.
But yeah. So how was it? Was it weird?
It's weird because but everything seemed more like things that are just that game mode. Like, because I tried it like 4 times. I made it to 4th place once. I played 2 rounds that were actually pretty long, and then 2 rounds that I just
That's when
totally
you go. I made it to 1st place once, and then you do this. Like at the.
Yeah. Because I'm just that cool.
They're impressed.
I don't, because it seems the time I got to 4th place, I literally killed one guy. Was the whole thing was just me sitting on the edge of the rings. I literally sat in a bathroom for like 10 minutes or something. I'm like, is this what this genre is?
Yes.
This is insanely boring. Then when I tried to initiate conflict in those other times, I just immediately died, because if you jump out early enough, you're gonna land someplace where there's like 3 other guys falling. You're all just gonna start shooting each other.
That happens. Yeah, that's pretty normal,
right?
Sounds like you're describing the average experience with a battle royale.
It seems like it runs fine.
Yeah,
like it looks like it.
I know, weird, right? Because they clearly reverse engineered this fucking mode into Call of Duty.
Right. It should have gone a lot worse, but it still runs like a solid 60, and it seems like everything works right. They made the vehicle controls like Halo, where the left analog stick will push forward to move. Yeah,
and then you just point it where you want it to go, and it'll swing there eventually.
Yeah,
that's kind of awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of neat.
The thing is, I want to play more of the normal mode, so I know how much is new weird shit they did for this mode, and how much is new weird shit they did for this year's game.
Right,
because they have numbers for health and all sorts of other shit that is just real weird. It's pretty strange. But I'm interested. Have you played anything else, or can we move on to talking about the Hori D-pad?
I played Spider-Man.
Did you play Spider-Man on the Hori D-pad?
I did
Joy-Con?
not. That's not something I did. How would I have done that? It's Spider-Man PS4. It's right there in the title.
I mean, you could have some sort of controller adapter that adds 20 milliseconds of latency.
You're right, Dan.
Then it would feel like a real AAA game. Master X, you have that backwards. I took a shower. That's why my hair's like this. Let's talk about the Hori thing and then talk about Spider-Man, because people in the Discord have been asking questions today alone. That is the Hori thing, right?
Yes, this is the box.
It's hard to tell. It looks like an official Nintendo thing. Here, let me.
Yeah, they boxes are pretty similar.
Let me pull that up over here. There we go. Yeah, okay. So how is it?
It's kind of awful.
Okay, that was my opinion too, but what's
it doesn't have rumble or motion controls, and you can only use it when it's plugged or attached to the system directly.
I kind of forgot that you were playing like Mega Man 11 and dying, and only half of the Switch was vibrating.
Yeah, no, it's really weird when you're doing it. Yeah, I turned off rumble just so I wouldn't have to deal with that like half rumble thing. The D-pad feels squishy. There's no good click to any of it.
Yeah, there's no good click to it. I heard, I believe it was Toad who was interested in it. But yeah.
I'm honestly thinking about returning it. Like, it's so bad.
Like, Toad was saying he doesn't mind, like, the SNES and NES D-pads, and I'm like, no, it's floatier feeling than those. It obviously doesn't have any click. It feels bad.
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider that ideal. I personally would rather deal with buttons instead of a D-pad.
Yeah.
Which is fucked, you would think, you know.
It's so bad. I don't know if we're gonna do anything more on this thing.
Yeah.
They had a nice button on the back for releasing it from the system.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not sure how well that's gonna come across, but it's got quite the pronounced ridge, and then it's really elevated to make it easier to push, which is nice because on the normal Switch Joy-Con here, I'll mess with it. Yeah,
it's really bad. Like I tried to make Man 11 demo on it a few times, and I don't think I even beat the demo. I was just like, man, this isn't even good.
Also, the Joy-Con doesn't feel as nice. I don't know.
The analog stick,
like the stick, yeah, that's weird. But yeah, Firehawk's pretty disappointed by that. But VRC6 says, please, I have to know, does the Hori Joy-Con feel as much like a cheap plastic piece of shit as every other Hori product?
Worse, honestly. Like, I've messed with Hori products that don't feel this bad.
Same. I mean, isn't that 6-button Street Fighter 4 controller we have Hori? Or is that Mad Catz?
That's Mad Catz.
Okay. I know we have Hori products. I just can't think of any.
Right.
But it's like they took out the wireless transmission stuff because it can only work while connected. They took out the motor for the vibration. It's really, really light, and the joystick and D-pad, which is most of it, feels like crap. So yeah, it's pretty bad.
For me, the shoulder buttons feel pretty good, but it's like that doesn't matter.
Right.
Not compared to the other parts.
Right. That's not important.
And also, it's Zelda themed, so you end up with half a Switch looking like this, and you can't possibly make it match the other half.
Mm-hmm.
It's like why
I don't know. I know
Zelda's not even a game you'd use the D-pad on.
Man, that's pretty awful, Bob. There we go. There's Vox's one sound clip she gets for the whole stream. No more of that.
Darn these user requests.
I know.
Viewers
right?
requests.
Users. And Vox cracked up. Bob, when you got 4th place in COD,
yeah,
did you do the Fortnite dance?
No.
Sorry, Mr. Feel.
I don't know if there's a Fortnite dance button. You'd think there would be.
I would think there would be a bit of a copyright.
Oh my god!
I mean, you remember
when you die.
Okay,
you know how Call of Duty's like do that thing where they act classy and put up a quote from some famous general, and that happens in this mode. It's like literally we're just walking around this giant field murdering each other.
I was sitting in a toilet, literally in a toilet, for 3 days, and then someone came up and shot me, and then you were like, "Here's what Shakespeare thought about that."
Also, I ran into the zombies because we talked about there's me zombies.
Yes, that's It
was honestly not that bad. Like it was just okay. You landed this area. It was like a lighthouse I landed at, and there were just a couple zombies sitting there. So they were a threat that I needed to take care of. That wasn't another person. I was like, that's a kind of neat thing. I could see like a whole game designed around, hey, you play as a group of guys having to deal with zombies in this open world. Yeah, that'd be kind of neat.
Yeah.
It seems kind of random here, but I don't know. I mean, it might be good.
I don't know. I think it's an interesting change. Like, I don't know if it's a good change, but it's an interesting change.
Right. Like, it made me worry about picking up my gear, even though I didn't see anybody drop anywhere near me because it was dropped at the very edge of the map.
Right. And I guess, like, if the flight pattern is always going to end up there, then that gives you a reason to not wait until the last minute to drop.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. Spider-Man, huh?
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Cool.
Spider-Man?
What's that like? What's it like playing a new game that came out that you enjoy?
It's weird.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like it's the first Insomniac game I've liked in a really long time. The last one I remember actually liking was the third Ratchet & Clank game on the PS2.
Because it's good.
Yeah, it's good. That one's really good.
Yeah.
It's before they did Deadlocked.
Yeah, true.
I guess I liked Resistance 1, but it's definitely better than Resistance 1.
Oh, yeah, no.
Like it was fun, but it was kind of, obviously very early gen. Very much not being ready.
Not done, yeah. Yeah, watching you play it, I was like, this is actually the first time since Resistance 3 that I think Insomniac's upped their game. Because what is it called? The open world game of Sunset Overdrive. Sunset Overdrive is, I don't know. It never came across to me like a high quality polished product for when it came out in the competition.
No, like it
doesn't hold a fucking candle to Infamous that gen, and Infamous came out a full year earlier, if I remember correctly. So it's kind of like,
yeah, Spider-Man feels so far removed from that, because it's like things have momentum to them. Like,
right.
Everything in Sunset felt like just
floaty,
super floaty, super one set speed for literally everything.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah,
it's it looks like a massive step up for Insomniac, and I'm pretty jazzed. Do you know if Aggro picked it up? I know he's
he's our local Insomniac fan.
He's our local Insomniac fan.
I don't know.
And comic book deviant? Question mark.
I haven't seen him tweet anything about it, but I mean, he doesn't tweet that much, so
it's true. He doesn't tweet that much. I think he's mostly tweeted recently about abject hatred of mankind, but I can't remember.
Probably that sounds like him.
Yeah, being relevant to that. So how much have you played, like, time-wise? Do you know?
I'm probably like 10 hours, something like that, I feel.
Okay.
Probably.
Man, 10 hours.
Yeah, no, it's a lot.
I can't... Like, I'm trying to think... Hey, Bob, what did I play this week?
I don't know.
Did I play anything? You know what we played? We played Shinobi 3DS.
We sure did.
You guys may not know that's a game, but it's a game, and there's a video of it on our channel where we gave it a chance.
You can go watch us give it that chance. And then read the comments about how we didn't really give it a chance.
Hey, did he accuse us of not giving it a chance?
Maybe
I think he just more of made the case.
He just said that it was a great game and that we were bad at it.
Did he say we were bad at it?
Yes. His second comment was that.
There's a second comment?
Yeah, he responded to himself.
I missed that entirely. I woke up this morning at like 7 something in the morning, and I was like, that comment's insane. Guess I'll make a tweet about it. And then I made a tweet, and then I moved on. I don't know, man. It's just like...
Yeah, they were just both all right there by the time I woke up.
So much... It just kept going.
Yeah, no, it's...
And that's sort of the thing that got me. And I mean, the thing is, like, they're communicating to someone else, right? Maybe. They're trying to tell the other people that we're bad at it and they should give it a shot.
Right.
Joke's on you. Barely anyone watches that video. So, must have hit the comment text limit, probably. But we did that. And tomorrow for the weekly beating, we're going to premiere here on Twitch and then later upload on YouTube, Blade Strangers. Ooh. So you did play a little bit of that.
I played one arcade round, like 5 in the morning before going to bed, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. As you can tell, we're practiced and ready
we're ready to go.
For that. I love how it's like, hey, Bob, what games did you play? Hey, Dan, tell them what's coming up on the site, because that's all your life is.
I also played like 1 round of Destiny online.
Yeah, you did. Oh God, you did. Why did you?
I don't know. I was curious about how things were.
And you should clarify. Destiny 2 on PC. We both own Destiny 2 on PC, but I hate that intro, and I already played it once for the beta on PS4, and I couldn't tolerate it enough to get through it again because it's miserable. Yeah, it is miserable.
I don't know what
it takes. The storytelling of Destiny, the one part of Destiny that worked, which was tone, and completely ruins it. You know, like, because Destiny 1 had some pretty good atmosphere and tone to the story. It didn't have a good story because there's no story.
Right.
The story is mostly telling you, hey, the story's coming. Just you wait, man. Just you wait.
Could start any second now.
Any second. Any fucking second. Why did you buy Destiny 2 on the PC? It runs at 60 frames per second. I wanted as much change between the first and second Destiny as possible, so I got it on a platform with mouse and keyboard and 60 frames per second. And technically, I could play it on that TV over there and get 120 hertz 1080p out of it. So that's another layer of, like, this is pretty different. But that was why I got it, Bob.
Yeah, I wanted to buy it where other people would be, and there was... Like, Dan was getting it. Dan's brother was getting it.
Yep.
Thought we were gonna play
and Steve plowed through it.
Yeah, Steve
before all of us.
Of course.
And we're like, fucking Steve. But yeah, maybe someday I'll give Destiny 2 a chance.
Maybe. I kind of enjoyed when I went to play that single match. I was like, that was kind of fun.
Hey guys, how's it going? It's just 6 dudes shooting you.
Basically.
And then you're like, oh, this is alright, it's fine. It's a fine game, I don't know. I swear to God, I'm like, I should have played something. You think I would have done some more runs on Sonic Mania? I love how everyone thinks I did play Mega Man 11, right?
Right.
I did that speed run for Mega Man 11 that I uploaded on the channel, and people thought that was directly related to Vox for some reason.
Huh.
They were like, haha, you got baited, or Vox got you, or something. And I was like, I swear to God, I've referenced the fact that I do speedruns on Sonic Mania on the channel before. At very least, they will know that in an upcoming episode of the weekly meeting.
Right.
Where I'm going to flex.
Yes. Yes, your intense skill.
Bob's going to be like, wow. He's going to go full Owen Wilson. Dan, are we still finally about to avenge My Your Youth Sunday? Yes, we are going to finally avenge My Your Youth on Sunday with Zelda 2. And on a future episode with Conquest of the Crystal Palace, a game many people should know about. Dan is totally not bitter about Soul Calibur, no. Let it be shown that if I had just been like, I won, we're done here, I would have won. And we would have been done there. But then I was like, nah, it's cool. Let's stack two more on this. And then I was like, I lost. Let's stack 2 more on this. And then it's really lost. Luckily, that has even fewer views than Shinobi 3DS. Which is because we premiered it on Twitch, so a bunch of people knew.
Yep, that's it.
Yep, oh well. What, you don't think people don't want to watch our Soul Calibur HD, the weekly meeting?
I don't know. Maybe they do.
What else have I been doing? Okay, here's a pretty good story I haven't gotten to tell you, but some of the people here watching live and later on YouTube know about this story.
What's up?
So you know how we bought a Panasonic GH2 when we wanted to get a real camera?
Yeah.
So you know how there was a guy who's like, you could totally get the cinematic look out of it. I'll sell you this guide on how to set all of your settings correctly.
Yeah.
Okay. So that guy works for EOS HD.
Okay.
And his name is Andrew Reed.
Okay.
Andrew Reed did a giant blog post earlier this week where he said, I'm not buying the Blackmagic Pocket 4K, and here's why. Now, as bad as that seems, Bob, you have no idea how bad it gets.
Does the whole thing have like a prefix of like sponsored by Panasonic?
No.
Okay.
It's so much worse than that.
Okay.
And I know, you're like, how? How could it be worse than that? I say you not, everyone. The entire blog post is about how he's this salty butthurt bitch that Blackmagic threw a press event in his town and didn't invite him.
Oh man, that's perfect.
He was like, I thought they respected me because for the last 2 years I've been talking up their products. I can't believe they didn't reach out to me for this. I can't believe they don't respect me enough. And then one of the employees of Blackmagic came over and then he also, I should clarify, he also said they're fucking it up on a marketing side. They have no idea what they're doing and this is all going wrong. An employee of Blackmagic who's just a cinematographer director type, like he shot one of the tests he has. He's like, their marketing plan involves getting in the hands of cinematographers and filmmakers out there who do all sorts of genres. That's why they've done videos of models, they've done sports, they've done landscape, they've done nature, they've done a bunch of things like high speed, low speed. He's like getting it into the hands of people in different sectors of videos, established filmmakers, and getting them to film videos that show what it can do in those sectors. The second stage of this is getting into the hands of a bunch of Asian filmmakers who are under NDA and get to do unboxings of it. And we're on the path to release the product later this month. And then he goes on to clarify. He's like, you know, this rollout's perfectly controlled. You know, we think this is a much better rollout than some of them we've had in the past. It's always awful whenever a random clip gets out, filmed in non-ideal conditions by a random guy, and then you have people on the internet who don't know how to color grading your footage and comparing it and making YouTube videos or downloading YouTube videos, recolor grading it, and then telling other people, oh, this camera's shit because I color graded this YouTube video and it didn't look right at all. Like, he mentioned how bad that was, right? And he explains that. This blog post is Andrew Reed responding to that on top of the Blackmagic thing, because the Blackmagic thing just made him take to his forum and have a little pissy fit about it, right?
Right.
But when that guy came in and explained how and this is the phrase he uses, blog writers and camera reviewers were not a part of their marketing plan, the dude went nuclear. He's just like, I can't believe he disrespects me as a filmmaker by calling me only a camera reviewer and a blog writer. I can't believe he sits there and insults everyone who uses their forum and likes their products. He insulted them saying they can't color grade and that they ruined his footage. I can't, it's like paragraphs. And then it ends with him being like, just look what he posted. And then he posted a screen cap of that very sane post from John Brawley. And then he's like, and that's why I'm not buying a Pocket 4K. Besides, the only thing that's unique about the camera is that it has RAW. It's like, God, you're a dumbass. It was a Maddox tier explosion, honestly.
Cool.
It was, I could not. People don't shove their head up their ass on that big of a scale. He's on full blast from the internet is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm sure.
His own forums just making fun of him. Every time somebody reads it, it sounds something like is what I'm saying. I'm saying it's pretty bad. It is unfucking real.
It's crazy. I don't.
And I was just kept reading, and I'm like, certainly this became sane at some point. And now the whole thing ends with him just being like, they didn't invite me to the event. It was in my town. And then he, like, as much as he was accusing that other guy of, like, stepping way out of boundaries and saying some shit that's not okay, he legitimately, he's like, that event where this shitty footage came out of and this shitty review came out of it. It's like, whoa, dude, what the fuck? That is not okay. Could you imagine if we were, like, even slightly more popular? Like, say we had 100,000 subs, right?
Right.
Capcom threw an event in our town, didn't invite us, and that's how we reacted.
Yeah.
And then we were like, this shitty review from Shadowrock CX and this shitty review from Proto Dude came out. This shitty fucking footage from the Completionists were just, like, exploding. That would be, like, suicide. Like, what in the hell? Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's crazy. But yeah, if you want to look at that, I guess.
It was a pretty interesting video game.
It's at eoshd.com, and then look for the one that's like, I'm not buying a Pocket 4K and I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all.
I figured he was a lot bigger than that just because he was selling.
He sold, okay, so he did sell that guide we bought. It was like $6, $7, which is fine because, you know, Panasonic cameras, they come with an unbelievable, like, basically any DSLR other than the Blackmagic one comes with an unbelievable shitload of settings, all of which fuck up your image and by default are cranked way high.
Yes.
You got your digital noise reduction, your skin tone up. I'm like, what do you mean up? What does that fucking mean?
You put the skin tones up. I don't know. What are you missing? Bump them.
Oh, man. Everyone, we recently did Mega Man Maker episode 100.
Yes.
So
we played Mega Man Maker. I know. Unbelievable.
Everyone really loved the moment where Bob saw one spike. There was a giant gap over it. He's like, I ain't falling for that. Pulls out Rush, bounces off and Rush hits the ceiling. Apparently above the screen space was a spike and he dies. It was
good stuff.
It was really good. And then we also did that input lag video. I'm interested in doing more input lag videos.
Yeah, we need to do more of those.
And I think a part of making that a more manageable series is reducing the scope, right?
Right.
So I was thinking, and I proposed this to someone who was asking me, like, how would it go if I did it more regularly, right? And Fox says, I wrote something about it. Yes, you did. And that is our pinned tweet. So if you want to see Fox's amazing think piece on episode 100, where's your folding ideas videos like that? Then, you know, an example of the sort of scope of video, like we just did Mega Man 11's demo. It would be interesting to contrast it against Mighty Number 9.
Yeah.
For input lag. So if I were to do it weekly or something like that, next week's would be something like that, where we just test the input lag of Mighty Number 9 on every platform, and then we compare, you know, just to be like, is Mighty Number 9 really shit? Like, really?
Yeah, I feel like that sort of thing would give us a nice big catalog of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I really want to do like the
Bayonetta,
Devil May Cry, that sort of stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's definitely something we're more interested in. And sometime in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to take an extra day off from work, so that way I can, have one more day in the week, the normal week, to go solve stuff. But like also easier to work on the channel. Like the problem only having 2 days off. I know this sounds like first worldian to people who don't understand. I'm attacking this from a production angle. The problem with only having 2 days off in a row is that I want to literally work on GigaBoots for 27 hours straight. I want to work on it for 30 hours straight. And if I do that, I wake up pretty late that second day and I have to go back to work that third day.
Right.
So it's just, it would be great if there was a third day that wasn't work, where I was able to just, you know, recoup per se, or be more productive in a sane way. Because bombing through 30 hours of production gets shit done, but it has effects.
Yeah.
Which is why when I was doing the YouTube channel the first time, full time, it was something like 28-hour days, like 28, 30, because I don't get tired. I just have to go to sleep to live a normal life. And once you take away the have to live a normal life part, I'm like, good. Anyway, so that's what I've been playing this week.
It's pretty crazy.
I watched an Apple conference where people applauded an electrocardiogram being built into their Apple Watch. I thought it was cool. I was like, they're like, the digital crown is now got an electrode in it, along with the sensor on the underside of the watch, so you can take an ECG. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And they show the little like doop, doop, and it actually makes the proper chart, right?
Right.
I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And the audience is like, this is the best thing fucking ever, because the shrooms kicked in.
I guess.
And I'm just like, that watch is $400. This is so about why, much like our TV, I bought this watch at the exact moment where it was like, they're phasing in the new models, they're clearancing these early.
Yeah.
They're desperate to get rid of these, they're ancient. Bob, the highest end iPhone costs more than our 55-inch OLED cost us.
Yeah.
That's
crazy.
That's two lines intersecting. That's Apple's gross, insanely expensive phones intersecting our like really good time to buy a TV shopping. Forming a perfect intersection of, oh, come on! How? The weird thing is, you know how the 10S is the normal one and the 10R is the cheaper one, right?
Yes.
Well, it's not just that one's an OLED and the other one's LCD. They also made the battery smaller.
Wait, really?
I'm like, that's the last fucking thing I want on my phone, no matter how cheap you charge.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I mean, that thing is still like, what, $500 or something?
Bob, it's a very affordable.
It's not cheap.
It's a very affordable.
It's not cheap.
Was it $649 or $749? Either way, like, I hope to God that thing from Linus was a joke. The whole, like, well, now people who, like, have an iPhone SE and an iPhone 5C have something great to upgrade to. I'm like, no,
right?
I paid $120 for my iPhone SE. That's multiple times that. I know these numbers. Spaceman points out that that phone is about as big as our TV.
Oh, yeah, it's called like the Max or something,
yeah,
right?
The iPhone. I
still haven't seen the diagram for this. Dan just told me it's even bigger than the X.
Because Tosh ended up with the 10 because they bought they bought a phone for her sister, and then they have the whole like, oh, if you buy one of these, you get another one for free. Like one of those deals. So Tosh ended up with a 10. She really likes it. This thing's a full inch bigger than a 10. And when I told Bob that, he's like, what?
How are people fitting that in a pocket? Period.
I don't know. How are they restraining Steve Jobs' corpse in that grave? Because it is spinning
right
so fast. It's going to throw the Earth off of its axis pretty soon. He'll just keep spinning and spinning. Him and Sonic will race down Chemical Spill Zone. Chemical Plant Zone. No, the iPhone 10 does not have headphone jacks or home button, and it does have a notch. Thank you and good night.
Yeah, you'd think one of those things would change.
You would think any one of those three. Yeah.
Right. Like,
no.
It wouldn't have to be all three. You'd think just one would.
The weird part for me is that they got the fab upgrade this year, so all the benefits of moving performance-wise and battery life-wise to 7 nanometer happened this year. So what's going to happen next year? Are we just
I don't know, because now
it's
up for 11 after this, right? Because this is the weirdo year where it's...
it's gonna be the Roman numeral 10, and then it's gonna be a normal fucking number 1.
Yes.
People are gonna be like, X1's my favorite. Cool. They're gonna buy the phone for $1,200.
Then there's gonna be a 5 next to that. They're gonna say it's an S. They're gonna swear to us that it means S.
It's gonna look like a digital clock, one of those really shitty ones where it's like, yeah, it's a 5. Fuck you. But, Bob, none of this is...
It'll mean reloaded.
Is that what the R and 10R stands for? Reloaded?
Yeah, it's Guilty Gear, right?
Yeah, Guilty Gear 10R. Okay, hey, Bob.
Hey, what's up?
This is all neat.
Yeah.
This is all news, but it's not gamer news.
Gamer news?
And we're here to talk about gamer news.
I'll bring it over to the right screen. Yeah.
Game news.
Should I just start?
Before to stall, I had to say words and things through it.
Yeah.
Now I can just do a visual thing.
Oh, yeah.
And the people who are just listening, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're just confused. They're like, where did it go? Where did their voices go?
I mean, the song's still going, so I guess it's fine, but...
I guess my podcast is still playing, but where did they go? Actually, first, before we talk about gamer news.
What's that? What's up?
So I mentioned that we would possibly that we have to get a new lens in order to do 4K cats. And that lens, though important for the My Day Number 9 review, is still expensive. So we think we may do, when we get around to 4K cats, we may do like a Patreon for 4K cats. So that way the A side goes up publicly on YouTube for everyone and the B side goes up, for whoever backs it. And that'll be like for even $1. I just thought I would note that. Okay.
Oh, we need to... Okay.
It's a gamer news, gamer news. We're here to talk about gamer news, gamer news, gamer news. You could join it.
That's okay. I don't think I could keep up.
Gamer news, gamer
It's too advanced.
Also, if anyone knows anyone who does dubstep music but works in the sound of birds,
this is a very important thing.
It would really help us.
But it's not related to gaming news, so we'll have to play a song again after this.
Right. It's very important for our next 4K Cats like project, Bird Step, which is slow motion footage of birds cut to dubstep with bird sounds in it. So if anyone knows that,
I feel like they probably don't need bird sounds, but it would help.
It would.
It would help.
It would. Now onto the...
Do birds make like metal sounds?
What?
Do they make metal noises like dubstep does?
They do if you hit them against something metal.
Okay, we can work with this.
Let's be clear though. Most birds don't deserve that. Geese, on the other hand, geese totally deserve that. So I'm not gonna hit a metal thing with a bird. Period. But if I did, it would be a goose.
They have a coming.
For the record. Also, wait. Also, guys, do you think it should be 4K doggos or 4K puppers? Fill it out in the comment section below or the chat. Thank you. Because, you know, it's really important.
Yeah.
I think it's... Bob, if you were to vote, doggos or puppers?
Probably doggos.
Doggos. Bob, that's like the deviance word for dogs.
I know.
Look at that doggo. Yeah.
Isn't that the goal?
I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. Somebody, I believe it was the Mantis, suggested 4K nines, which I had thought of before. And I was like, ain't nobody searching for the letter K and 9. I don't think it'll work.
No.
You know, and we had last time we had this conversation, right?
Yeah.
We had it like 2 years ago when 4K didn't have as much penetration in the market. So maybe people would be better about understanding 4K9 as a pun now.
Right.
But even still, I don't know. I'm pessimistic on that one.
Yeah, it has that the ability to be a pun, and that's nice.
What, are puppers not puns?
No.
You thought I was going to play the gamer music. I'm tweeting about this podcast.
Oh, wow.
I think that links to our YouTube though, so I may have just told them to go to YouTube, even though we're here on twitch.tv/GigaBoots. Let me check.
An important distinction. Or it didn't tell them to go anywhere.
Yeah, that's exactly what it did. So I'm going to delete that because that didn't help anyone. And I'm now just going to type this out. Fox, I can see your comment. That doesn't mean I'm going to reply to it. Bob, you can't see her comment. Do not look. Thank you, and good night. Okay.
Whoa, what's going on with this?
I forget that this Chromebook doesn't have a caps lock button because that's insane.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's a magnifying glass.
Oh.
It's like the Windows key, but they're fucked up.
Huh.
Yeah. I think that tweet works.
Yeah.
I think that's a nice tweet.
I'll go like it.
Oh, thank you.
It's important.
Yeah. That really helps my self-esteem when you like things during live shows. Oh, Fox liked my tweet.
Oh, thank you, Vox.
Thank you, Fox.
Did she retweet it though?
I lied. You get one more. Let's see. Oh, hey, she retweeted it. Okay.
Okay, now
Thank
now
you.
that's what really.
Thank you, everyone. You're all so nice. But we're not here to be nice. We're here to talk about gaming news.
Sorry to suspect we aren't.
Gaming,
Just end the stream.
Gaming news. It's not fake news. It's gaming news. News. I think we've heard enough of that song, Bob.
Probably.
Hey, Bob.
Hey,
The first thing is referencing the earthquake from last week that had Nintendo all like, oh shit, our Direct was going to happen this day. It was apparently like a 7 on the Richter scale or whatever, and caused a lot of problems. So then they rescheduled their Direct to right after we record this.
yes. So that's going up
Again.
probably an hour after this podcast goes up to everyone. Something like that.
Yep.
That's how it goes. But it's okay. We have plenty of other stuff to talk about.
Vox, I know what the personal best dance is. It's the Fortnite dance. I saw you do it. You did the Fortnite dance in your stream, and I saw it with my eyes, and it was real.
I thought it was the floss dance.
I don't know which one's worse at this point. I don't know which one's more slanderous. Oh, man. Mr. Field saying there was a rumor that one of the games was disaster theme, and they had to go, uh-oh! But, let's talk about Switch firmware 6.0.0.
Yes. So this is the one that gets in the functionality to support that pay for service.
Yes, the functionality to take money from
Yes.
you. Nice.
And I threw this in here because I thought it was really important. You will no longer be able to unlink your Switch user account from your Nintendo account once this update goes up.
Yeah.
So make sure you have your Nintendo account linked to the right Switch user.
Yes.
Or you're screwed.
Nice.
Yeah. They say that they need to do that to properly manage save data, purchases, and online membership status.
So how would you accidentally have the wrong Nintendo Network ID hooked up to your Switch user account?
You would have like made 2 accounts or something like that. Used 2 different Switches and linked it to one and not to the other, or you would have done something dumb. Yeah, it'd be a personal mistake, or you just realized you didn't want that account linked to that thing.
Crazy James Franco, of course you can still have multiple users and multiple accounts on the Switch. Yeah. And the weirder thing is, like, not all games work with the cloud saves. Apparently they're doing a, sharing functionality from Sony move, but on cloud saves. And they're like, well, we respect that some partners may not want to have cloud save functionality on their game. And it's like, that's moronic, and I hope you're lying.
No one should respect that.
Right. That's a thing that doesn't run deep in Japanese corporations, completely disrespecting your partners on dumb decisions they make.
Right? It's just something you need to do sometimes.
Apple did it with iTunes when they removed the DRM. I feel like more companies should be bold enough to do that, right? Where it's just like, no, fucking, you're gonna kill us. You're gonna kill this industry if you don't stop fucking people over for stupid bullshit reasons. But, but with cloud saves, people could cheat, says Crazy James Franco.
That's just how it is. He's right. That's why they banned it.
I don't doubt that at some point they said that's why they banned it, because they're Nintendo. They're like, let me tell you. They're like, we sued those people to get them to take down the ROMs because they could have been viruses.
Oh, you're just looking up for us. Good on you, Nintendo.
Thanks, buddy. But hey, Bob, what is this shit?
Let's see. Nintendo announces a new Switch bundle with Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. I thought it was really neat. I put this link in here because it's like super cute.
I'll go ahead and
It's like one side's got Pikachu on it, the other side has Eevee on it on the stand, and then the Joy-Cons match them color wise, and it's really good.
That's pretty
and then the
good.
back has like little pictures of Eevee and stuff.
Oh, that's pretty good.
It's good stuff. And it comes with the Pokeball Plus.
Oh,
so fuck. In the game. So it's $100 more than the regular Switch, but it's basically like
so it's the cost.
Separate.
It's the cost of buying all of that. Your Switch and that.
Right. And then you get the cool looking Switch.
You get the cool custom Switch. So there you go. That does look pretty nice.
Yeah,
too bad it's like fucking ludicrous if you already have a Switch.
Right, like there's no way I'd do it, but it's really neat.
Justice Ag asks, have you been playing Pokemon Go lately? No, because I fucked up my back and then I got the tooth removed, and somewhere between the two of those I just haven't gone back. Once you chain lock like reasons to not do Pokemon Go for 3 weeks straight, it's kind of like quitting cold turkey.
Right.
I will go back to it, just not anytime soon. I'm putting too much time into GigaBoots and making sure that we work hard for you, the viewer. What?
Nothing.
That's my new phrase.
Oh, okay.
We work hard for you, the viewer.
And you always saying that weird. Okay. All right.
For you.
It's fine.
The viewer.
It's fine.
Yeah, I usually say it like that after I make a bunch of terrible jokes.
Last Remnant Remastered got announced for the PS4. That game, if people forgot, they removed it from Steam like a week ago.
Yeah.
They just fully removed it.
Yeah.
And now they got a new version, supposedly using a new engine. It's coming out December 6th. And they've only announced for PS4 so far.
The uses a new engine part is real weird.
It is.
Was that one of the ones built on Unreal Engine 3?
Yes, it was the first game on Unreal 3.
So it could be built on Unreal Engine 4.
Right. They could be doing that.
I wonder if Epic makes it easy to port a game up engine-wise.
The only other game I can think of that this happened for was like Batman, that remastered trilogy. Or not trilogy, duology or whatever.
Duology.
Do.
Sequel him! and then you hold up Spider-Man and it shocks him like Raiden does, when he goes and then they go, oh! But he shoots games out instead of rib cages. He shoots movies out.
Okay. I was thinking about, since buying the Spider-Man game,
yes,
I've been thinking about buying the Spider-Man trilogy on 4K Blu-ray.
Is that on 4K?
It is. It's $60 for all three. It's tempting.
That's wait. How come that's cheaper than The Matrix? It's the same mix. It's the same mix of one really damn good movie. Actually, wait, we started watching 2 again, and I'm like, uh-oh, Bob, is this movie bad?
Yeah, no, they're all... I feel like none of them hit the level of peak bad that the last 2 Matrix movies were, because people hated 3.
People outright... Wait.
So
see, I don't even know which one you're talking about.
Spider-Man, people hated 3, but everybody seemed to like 1 and 2. Like 2 were much bigger extent, but nobody hated 1.
But see, like that's the thing.
Got
with the Matrix,
Best Kisser Award, remember?
Sure. No. Fuck you for making me remember. The second Matrix film is that same mixed. It's like kind of mixed reaction from people where it's like, I liked it, but I'm not sure.
That's what I'm saying though.
But
Spider-Man has 2 movies that were like.
But no, because like the second Matrix film, it has the Burly Brawl shit. It has shit that people walked out of the theater making fun of it for.
Right.
The second Spider-Man doesn't have that.
Right.
The second Spider-Man is like the first Spider-Man, but even better. So like those are both like no one walked out of that being like, this one's really fucking bad, and I think the next one's gonna be even goddamn worse. The third Spider-Man came out of nowhere and sucker punched us.
Right.
So why is the Matrix trilogy more expensive than the Spider-Man trilogy when you can't even watch the second film on its own and be like, I feel fulfilled?
Yeah,
that's
okay,
fucked.
I thought you were trying to...
No, I was making the argument that fucking Matrix trilogy should be cheaper.
It should be, but they have the Matrix 1 in there, and they're like, this movie's amazing and pop culture icon.
It is.
It is.
I was listening to a podcast recently where the guy got his girlfriend to watch The Matrix because she had never seen it.
Wow.
She fucking fell asleep during right before the Agent Smith fight, and he lost his mind. He's like, how do you fall asleep during this? It's like the best movie. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. But, you know. I don't know, man.
Yeah, no, it's...
Okay, this is
the Spider-Man
easiest
trilogy was on sale. It was normally $75, and it was on sale for $60.
There you go. You could have prevented this whole conversation because the Matrix trilogy is $75.
Okay.
You could have prevented the whole thing.
That's crazy.
You could have stepped in with
I forgot. Okay.
The Spider-Man 3 dance scene with the realistic audio on YouTube is the best thing I've ever seen. Yes. Have you seen that?
Probably.
There's no music at all. It's just him going. He like does the spin.
That sounds pretty great.
It is pretty great. It's probably better than the whole movie. But in any case, I'm just upset because I want to see the second movie in 4K HDR.
Matrix.
Matrix. I mean both. I don't want the third movie except for the ending because I need to see how fucking awful that looks.
Yeah, I'm sure the whole thing is just because most of that movie is like
it's CG squids, but I
CG squids and CG fighting in a big city with CG robots,
right?
And little people's faces edited into them,
right? Yeah, I'm not interested in that. That's not interesting. How bad it will look. It will just look bad. However, right? However, the ending thing where it's 2 men on wires making out floating through a rainstorm with a CG city, that I'm interested in.
No, that will be intense.
It will be intense. But Bob, I hear we're supposed to be talking about gamer news.
Yes. This is something else that
okay, about The Last Remnant? Or
No.
We're done with
The Last Remnant.
Okay.
That's coming out very soon.
Yeah, December. It's like
December.
3 months minus a couple weeks.
Right. A new game studio was announced called Tokyo Games.
See, imagine you took Tokyo and you split it apart and you put an extra O on the toe, and now it's Tokyo Games.
It's led by the creators of the Danganronpa and Zero Escape series. Like, they're teaming up to make their own studio.
Kazutaka Kodaka and Kotaro Uchikoshi. I don't think Kazutaka's name's real. No one's name is Kazutaka Kodaka. That's too good. That's too good.
They announced 4 projects.
That's like if your name was Bob Rob McNobb.
Who's to say isn't?
Change the wiki! But hey, they announced projects.
Yeah, 4 different things. There's 3 games, one anime.
God.
It's crazy.
I mean, this will go better than Mighty Number 9.
I'm sure.
This will go better than anything Concept ever tried before because these people are artists.
Right, those two creative groups have made quite a few games. The first thing, a game called Limit X Despair.
Yeah.
It's them working together on some sort of scenario. They haven't even said what the genre is.
Okay.
They released like a single picture and said this is the main focus of the studio, basically.
this hot boy.
Project 2, an anime they're making with Studio Pero.
Oh.
Inspired by 90s action films like Pulp Fiction and what else did I write? The Professional. And I think the tagline's like everyone's a villain.
Okay.
Third project, an action-adventure game about school children playing a death game. And they're like grade school children. Ooh. It's very, very harsh. And then the fourth project, the collaboration with Spike Chunsoft that Kodaka started before retiring from Spike. Like, it seems like the obligatory project. Like, you started this, man. You're not just leaving and not finishing it.
Yeah, that's fair. Hey, Bob, this next bit of news I flatlined. I didn't care that much.
The Oddworld Strangers.
One second. Oh, 1 second. Pass the remote says Anime Battle Royale, which is the most redundant fucking thing I've ever read, but I digress. I guess they never made an anime, did they?
I don't think so. Yeah, they just made 2 movies.
They made 2 movies. And the light novel, obviously, that was the source.
I think that's just the regular
novel.
Because, oh my god, it's huge and small text.
It's a huge book with a small title, not a small book with a huge title. That's the difference. That's the difference between a light novel and a novel. It's important. But Oddworld Stranger's Wrath HD announced for the Switch.
Yeah, it just came out of nowhere today. It was like, hey, this is happening.
It came out today?
Or they're announced.
The news came out.
Okay,
the news was announced today. Did they give a date?
Not really. No, it's just like it's coming.
We're bringing Oddworld Stranger's Wrath to another platform. Whoa.
The weird thing is, it's not on like modern platforms yet. It's on PS3, 360, but yeah, this is the first time on this gen of stuff.
Yeah.
The next thing. I put this in here last second because it was like, that's insane.
Yeah, which is why in our numbered list of news items, there are 2 number 7s.
Yes.
This is nuts, though.
Time Spinner.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know what Time Spinner is. Let me explain. There was one Kickstarter or Indiegogo.
Kickstarter from 2014.
There's one Kickstarter ever for a Metroidvania that I actually cared about. I guess.
Other than,
Indivisible, but
well, I mean, there's also
no, that's not
Blitzane.
No, that's an Igavania.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
Fucker didn't watch the fucking Kickstarter trailer. Jesus Christ, Bob. Fuck. So why don't you like your signal boosting there? You're just like you're what's that term? Virtue signaling there. You're like, oh, I love Metroidvania. I'm gonna back this Metroidvania. Bob, it's an Igavania. It's completely different. Here's the difference. I want to play one of these. But Time Spinner's like the one Metroidvania that did a crowdfunding thing for that I actually was like, wow, this all looks really damn neat. I'm so excited, and I found out after the fact, so I didn't back it.
Yeah, I think
I've spent 3 years making jokes to Bob about, hey, remember Time Spinner? And it like for the first couple of years, like it happened so seldomly that Bob would like have to, yeah, like because nothing came out about this.
Yeah, apparently he's been updating the blog on his Kickstarter like once or 4 times a year. Like just each season he'd update it once.
Wow.
So they did the spring update like a few months ago. Or sorry, the summer update a few months ago. And then just today he's like, it's coming out in 2 weeks. Yeah, September 25th.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm really excited. I'm going to have to get that. Apparently it's cross-buy PS4 and Vita.
Yeah.
So if you have a Vita, why not buy it? Now you own it for the Vita and a good platform. Someone's like, the Vita's a fucking beautiful device. And I like, yeah, it is. So why'd you make that joke? Because a dead platform isn't a good one.
I saw him fielding questions on his Twitter or something where he's like, the PS4 version may get a physical release at some point, but I don't think I'll ever be able to release a physical Vita one because it sounds like they're not producing those anymore.
Not producing those anymore. Midwalk Herd says he does a lot of dev streams. See, we didn't even know.
Yeah.
We didn't even know.
No idea.
Spent the past 4 years just making jokes, being sad. I was sad. I legit thought he may have like canceled it silently because I didn't know.
But yeah, it still looks pretty neat.
Yeah. I'm very excited. Look forward to my disappointment.
Right?
In 2 weeks.
It looks like I was watching some of this stuff on it. It looks like it's got a system a lot like Ecclesia's weapon system, where you can equip 2 different things and kind of switch between them really quick.
Oh, cool.
So see how that goes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that wasn't just Ecclesia. Or unless you're talking about 2 weapons.
2 weapons. 2 weapons.
Not just two sets of things.
Yeah, 2 sets of things is different. You're right.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, 2 weapons.
Huh.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see how it goes.
So are we gonna give that game a chance?
Maybe. Sounds dangerous. Should we do it live?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Just had to
I
check.
actually was deeply frustrated by doing Dawn of Mana live.
Okay.
Not because I don't like talking to the chat, more of like I think visual fidelity is a lot of what's important about that series. Like, because we are just going to random old games that don't have good videos. Like, for example, maybe someday we'll get a copy of Igor the Game for DS, Vorp, and give that a chance. And then there will be one single good-looking video of Igor the Game on DS on YouTube. Because right now there is 0, Vorpal, dude! It is all your fault!
You know, we could probably pick that game up for under $5.
Absolutely! I know that beyond the shadow of a doubt. That's not what this is about. It's the principle.
All right. So the major news thing that happened this week was Sony did their Pre-TGS show, the PlayStation lineup tour.
And we did a live stream
We did do a live stream
here on twitch.tv/GigaBoots. And make sure you follow us here because we would like to get that affiliate status.
Right. So they announced a ton of things here. They had a horribly gaudy presentation style. It was hilarious. Like, I was laughing most of that stream because it was insane.
They pretended the audience was flying through space in a DualShock 4 spaceship. And then they had 4 different voice actors who spoke English kind of well, voicing the different shapes and button colors and stuff. And one of them was like, I am a robot.
They were all so good. They were perfect.
But they announced some games.
Yes.
Hey, Bob. Cygames announced Project Awakening. What is Project Awakening?
It's an action RPG with cutting-edge graphics.
So that would be the one that looked a hell of a lot like Scaleborn.
Yes.
Which threw us...
Scalebound. But yeah, that threw us off a lot. They announced a few people who are working on it. They didn't give a studio name or anything. I guess this is being developed in-house at Cygames or something, but with their funding completely. Junji Tago is the director.
Wow.
He previously was the technical
director for fucking Ground Zeroes. Yeah. And the lead system programmer for Phantom Pain. Holy shit.
Yeah, so...
That's actually fucking amazing. I didn't know that.
And yeah, the art director is the guy who did the character design for Final Fantasy 14 and the Final Fantasy...
director for Final Fantasy 3 DS remake. Huh.
Yeah.
Cool. Ryosuke Aiba. Oh, wow. That's really fucking cool about Junji Tago, though.
Yeah, no, isn't...
That's awesome.
Obviously the freaking... The Fox engine.
Yeah, the technical end of it and Fox engine part of it is just like fucking one of the best parts of that game.
Yeah.
Which is a terrible way for a series whose entire thing was narrative to go.
Yes.
Not the Final Fantasy 15 would know anything about that.
What you talking about?
That plot was great. Remember when he's like, "You're so weak," and you're blowing people up with your ring? It was immersive.
It was very immersive. I was being told a story.
He's like, "Oh, I'm dying of the cancer."
Look, Cyclops always feels very weak, not empowered at all.
No. Oh man. God, fucking. Moving on.
Yes.
Square Enix announced Project Prelude Rune. I don't remember this, Bob. What is this?
It's the first game from Studio Istolia, which is run by Hideo Baba, who is the...
That's a made-up fucking name.
He is the director, or the producer for his Tales of series from 2006 to 2015. So he's worked there for like 10 years on that series, basically.
Yeah.
And this is his first game under Square Enix. This is a new studio.
Yeah, he's just like walking away from them and gonna go on over to Square Enix to make games. It's weird. Square Enix started like getting talent.
Yeah, it is pretty weird.
It's pretty weird. I guess this is all part of that thing. What was it? Shit. What the fuck is his name? The guy who made Nier.
Oh, Taro.
Yeah, Yoko Taro, and the producer of Dragoon, whatever that's called in the States. Do you remember?
Yeah, it's Drakengard.
Drakengard, yeah, the producer of that series, and him were just talking about like how the studio system started working recently in Japan of have a studio, have the talent in the studio, have them fish publishers for their game concepts to see if they get funded. Like that's how Nier Automata went.
Okay.
And this being from Studio Stala, not in-house, seems to be doing the same thing.
Right.
Like it seems like Japan's actually developing proper independent studios this gen.
It's weird. The articles made it sound like Studio Stala might be fully owned by Square, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe they liked what they saw so much they bought it.
Maybe.
I mean, but yeah, that's kind of a thing over there where last gen's bloat was so huge that they couldn't afford to have all these in-house studios making games, so a lot of them stopped making cutting-edge games. And then this gen, it got a little bit better about it, you know?
Yeah, we're seeing a good turnaround. It's exciting.
Which is great.
And it's using Unreal Engine 4. Has a... Yeah, they did like a little trailer, so we saw a little bit of it, but not much.
Enough to confuse me.
Yes.
It'd be like, what is this? How does this fucking thing have like so many trailers for games that I'm not sure what it is?
Yes.
Because right before that, they that whole like I'm clearly made by Platinum and published by Cygames, not
right.
And I was like, okay, what the fuck? And then this happened, and I'm like, what is even in this conference anymore? Because before we watched this, my guesses were, what was it, Sam Show and a Yakuza thing, right?
Yeah, right.
No, there was.
I feel like there was one more.
There was one more, and it actually landed, and I was pretty hyped. But hey, Bob, let's talk about the next thing, which my brother texted me the next morning.
Right? Of course.
Yeah. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered was announced for the PS4 and Switch as 4-player online multiplayer and adds character voices in new areas. Here's the part that blows my mind. He goes, hey, we're going to have to do that. Who's going to hold the chalice? And all I could say was, not Handsome Joe. That fucker killed us last time he held the chalice.
Oh, God, he did.
Yeah, no, that dumbass was like, oh, it's a big scary enemy.
I'm going to run away and get you into my miasma. Like, thanks, oh, Handsome Joe.
Fucking Handsome Joe. Damn you. Damn you and your not as handsome as advertised looks. Hey, Bob, what's next on the news?
Samurai Showdown was announced.
Sam Show.
So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's running on Unreal Engine 4, right?
Yes, the Unreal Engine 4. It's got a sort of painted-looking art style to it.
Sort of inky?
Yeah, inky.
You gonna get focus attacks?
I don't think so. I don't think there'll be focus attacks.
It's not gonna be Street Fighter 4?
Pretty sure it's not Street Fighter 4.
Do you think
we're safe?
Might show up?
No. They showed
Shenlong?
They showed a bunch of characters, or they showed a few characters in the trailer itself, but then they like hid a few pictures of other characters from the series. So there's like 11 different characters that they've kind of implicated. So that's cool.
Pastor Remote says Dan wants to hit Handsome Joe in his handsome face. No, because I want to hit him in the face he has, not the face he wants. How about that?
Such burn.
Fox said earlier, Automaton is popular and everyone loves it, but sometimes I'm still amazed that Nier even got a sequel. It was because of the producer who worked his way up in Square Enix to the point where he could force that game to happen. And then they made a lot of money on it, and it was like...
Right? Turns out releasing games helps.
Have you tried it? Have you tried it? Have you tried it? No? Try releasing games.
So I'm really excited for New Samurai Showdown. It's been forever.
Yeah.
It's been, I think, the 10 years or something since last official one? Like, last big one?
Yeah, that's about when the 360 one came out.
That one is so bad.
It is.
That one is hilariously bad.
A lot of people seem really hype about Sam Show.
Yeah.
Like, really, really hype. The same people who shit on King of Fighters 14.
Huh.
Like, they think this looks much, much better than King of Fighters 14, which is a little weird to me. I think they both kind of look about the same tier. Like, obviously, Sam Show's going to look better.
Yeah, I think it looks a bit better. I feel like the style is doing a lot. Like, having an art style to cover up your kind of low-quality model work and animation work.
What are you trying to say
Whereas
about the art style of King of Fighters?
King of Fighters basically doesn't even have an art style. It's just like, we made 3D models. Exciting, right?
What's your art style? My art style's maximum impact.
My art style's shipped.
Wait, as in like you're shipping your people?
No, as in we shipped it. Jesus Christ.
And then they kiss.
All right. The next thing is Project Judge, whereas it's called in Japan Judge Eyes, which is the distinction of the Yakuza team.
Give me eyes, give me sweet Judge eyes. Do do do.
He plays the detective, and it's a Yakuza game where he plays a detective. That's really it.
He's a former prosecutor who apparently had to. He quit out of shame when he accidentally got someone off the hook for murder. Like, he thought they were innocent, and then they killed someone afterwards, and he was like... So he quit out of shame, and now he's just a grizzled detective who knows martial arts.
So he's Detective Moore, right?
What we're saying is we jump 50... No, he can solve crimes. We jump 50 years into the future. He's just like Blade Runner and or like Police Knots.
But yeah, he knows Kung Fu as well, it seems. Mm-hmm. And there's mini games. They released a demo. I played a bit of that.
Yeah.
There's awful stealth segments, and I'm worried that's gonna be way too much of the game. Because it's like they tried to paste a stealth mission into Yakuza, and it really
I kind of know why a game about that would be about stealth. It makes sense.
It really makes sense. It should be there. It should be done way better than it is.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, like there are places in the environment you can hide, but they're all highlighted by this big box, and you have to be exactly at the right point in the box to make it trigger hiding.
So what I'm hearing is you're really excited that we're gonna do a quick play of this, right?
Yeah.
You totally want to do that, right?
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
I'm still really hopeful for the game. Like, I think it looks cool. I think that's a really neat idea, like the other side of the law sort of thing to Yakuza.
Bob, I saw him skateboard down a road, do a kickflip, and kick a guy in the goddamn face who was driving a car.
Exactly.
That's all I needed to know.
Right? That's it. That's the dream. Mm-hmm. I feel like
this is what games were made for. Being a cool private eye who skateboards down the road and does a flip kick while kicking a dude in the face. That's it. The peak of video game. Bob, they announced a new Gungrave.
They did. It's called Gungrave G.O.R.E.
Yeah, it's 2018. What?
Yeah, right?
How does that happen?
I don't know. I have no idea how they got that going.
That's completely insane.
But it's made by the Iggy Mob, who worked on Gungrave VR.
Yeah. Which we still haven't gotten to try.
No. It's apparently going to release in 2019 winter in Japan.
Yeah.
So
it's still a ways out for this conference anyways.
Right. We didn't get any art.
Project Eyes is coming out as...
Yeah, Project Eyes is coming out December 13th
in Japan, and then like next year in America, which is like fucking crazy.
Yeah, it really shows how far the Yakuza series has come. It's already like a brand new game announced, and they announced the stateside release immediately. Right, yeah. That's
They realized they can do pretty well over here. Thank you, Sega.
But yeah, I'm
hoping for a dub. I know that'll some people will hate me for saying that, but it's like I kind of want this game to go mass appeal, and you can't do that if it's Japanese voices with subtitles.
Right. Like, I'm excited to play Fist of North Star like that. Like, the dub seems good. I played a little bit of it on that demo they released.
Yeah. See, we play games we like. Bob just doesn't like recording videos of them for you. Because you don't like Bob, and this is his way of getting back at you, audience.
Showed them. But yeah, all we got is a single art or picture of art from Gungrave G.O.R.E. Mm-hmm. So I'm hopeful that they do more. I really want this to be good, but at the same time, it's like
you're buying it regardless,
right? I know it's Gungrave. Technically, if they do it perfectly, it will still be bad.
Right? Yeah.
And the next thing that we saw new stuff from Left Alive, which was announced last year. This is from the producer of Armor Core, now working at Square Enix, making what is apparently a survival action game.
set in the Front Mission universe.
It has mech designs from the guy who worked on Gundam Seed and some other.
Oh yeah.
And then
so it's really
Shinkawa's doing the character designs.
Yeah,
it's
the human character.
Character designs.
Shinkawa's like, I'm so tired of doing mech designs. They're like, look, people are stupid. We just stick your name on a mech box. They assume you can do whatever you want on this project, but we get to stick your name on the cover of a mech game.
Right.
And that's all people will fucking notice because they don't pay attention.
But I still can't
and
tell
then
what
we
the
have
game
that
is.
other game, you know, the mech game coming out on Switch featuring a
Yes.
shitload of... And it's like, these two games are so very weirdly different and happening at the same time when there were like no mech games. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. And yet we still have no Armored Core for FromSoft, who insist they don't want to make Souls games and Souls-like games forever.
Right. And they say that they're working on an Armored Core. They pretend they are.
They're gonna make that Armored Core and it's gonna sell like shit because it's gonna control like shit, and everyone's gonna be like, Dark Souls is so much better. Why isn't this like that? And I'm gonna be like, what if it isn't? And you're just a biased shitheel. But you know, we'll get around to that. We'll get there. Maybe we should give Armored Core 5 a chance because we tried that demo and we're like,
no.
Maybe they should give Armored Core 5 a fucking PC port so it can run well.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
I mean, at this point, yeah, they could have... Like, that was so late PS3 gen. They easily could have been like, okay, let's just remaster it, put it out next year on the PS4 and have it run.
Yeah. Yeah, they could have.
They could have done that.
And they weren't really into... They weren't really into doing PC ports even then.
No, they were super not.
They still aren't.
No.
They get other people to do it most of the time now. I think was Dark Souls 3 handled, like the port simultaneously handled by an external studio? I think I remember something like that.
Probably. That's probably what happened. I mean, there's no other way it would happen.
Shar0093 says Armored Core 5 basically killed the series. It doesn't deserve a chance ever. Long live Chrome Hounds. I wish Chrome Hounds came out on a platform I owned at the time.
Yeah.
Because it didn't on 360s. And then it was a very heavy online focus.
Yeah. And I think the online servers are now
just dead. They've been down for years now.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe there's a warp tunnel thing, kind of like
maybe
other things. So hey guys, when are we gonna set up our GigaBoots Halo LAN, like an online LAN party for Halo? We all need to buy Xbox Ones.
Oh,
Bob, did the Microsoft money come in yet? We should consider it, is what I'm saying. Bob, you
but once that paycheck comes in,
once that paycheck,
yeah,
absolutely. But Space Channel 5 VR.
Yeah, this whole thing closes out with some lousy VR announcement, and that's it. But
it's just another Space Channel 5 in 2018 is like, this year has been so weird.
Yeah,
the stuff that came back was like, I mean, I imagined seeing Space Channel 5 eventually, but this conference had me in a mode where I was just like, why are these things? What is even
right?
And then that happened, and I was like, I just don't even know anymore. Sure. Let's see. Everybody's Golf VR got announced too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it when Space Channel 5 would come back, it would
look identical to the Dreamcast.
Yes, I thought they would do a graphical improvement.
I mean, it would sell really well if they did that, honestly. If they did some game where they like had a high-end anime aesthetic and like sexyified the main character to modern standards.
Right.
I think it would sell gangbusters over there. I mean, for fuck's sake, Hatsune Miku. Like, come on. There's clearly enough of a precedence for something like that to do well.
Space Channel's owned by Sega, isn't it?
Yeah.
They have a studio already.
Yeah,
They could just be putting her into Hatsune Miku games.
Yep.
Okay, whatever.
Maybe people will just reject her if she doesn't look like dog shit.
Also, Everybody's Golf VR really freaked me out because it has like full human-sized people.
Yeah, it was like hyper-realistic people dimensions, which is like, okay, I guess. Yeah, so that was weird too. Overall, great week for gaming news.
Yeah.
Tokyo Game Show is coming up in like a week and a half, right?
I think it's just next week. Yeah.
Yeah, is it next week?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
I thought it was like the Monday of the following week.
No, I think it starts like Friday that next week.
So yeah, kind of a week and a half because it's 2 days and Friday. But anyway,
right.
I hope we get more news out of there.
We're definitely getting more Devil May Cry 5 stuff. If nothing else, it's supposed to be like very Dante focused show. Gonna see Dante stuff. Ruben Langdon's gonna be there.
I really fucking hate that part. Like they announced it so close to release, and they're still just like, we're gonna tell you everything. And I'm like, great, awesome. That's what I wanted. No mysteries, no nothing. You know what I knew about Devil May Cry 3 before playing it? There were sand demons and a cool tower. The gameplay looked good again, and Dante was younger.
Yes.
And then I played the game.
Right.
I wish I could do that for 5, and instead we've got 7 months of boomer memes.
That are definitely canon.
I'm okay with the boomer memes, but then it's just like, hey, they announced every single arm that Nero gets.
Yeah, that's weird.
They're gonna talk about Dante. What, are they gonna announce who the third fucking guy is right before launch? They're gonna be like, sorry, we couldn't resist. They're gonna show the ending to Mega Man 11 before it launches?
They got a week. They got a couple weeks left. They'll do it.
Here you go, fuckers. He kills them this time. Nice. It's Mega Man holding an E-Tank like... He's now the boomer meme. Speaking of which, Warlick posted the art for the Boomer Quanger, the 30-year-old Boomer Quanger that I used for the thumbnail of Mega Man Maker 100, right?
Yeah.
What I didn't realize is that wasn't made by Gustavo Barrios, or as he's also known, Gustavo Borealis.
Uh-huh.
That is made by a random internet user, here's the best part, who drew it over another random internet user's derpy Boomer Quanger. So they drew a really weird, bug-eyed, derpy, like, crumpled, frumpy-looking Boomer Quanger, and then that guy just drew the 30-year-old Boomer face on it. And then I took that and put it on Cutman's body and recolored it. I was like, man, this is a fucking nightmare. This just kept going. The best part was I found the original thing, the derpy Boomer Quanger, by doing the reverse image search with the 30-year-old Boomer Quanger, and Google was like, this is pretty close. And I was like, shit. What the fuck? It was really weird. It was really, really weird. But hey, Bob.
What's up?
Maybe we don't talk about Devil May Cry 5 news when it comes out. Maybe you don't be a part of the cycle of ruining everything. I was like, but then I won't be relevant. I'm relevant now, and I won't be after that if I don't do this. What? I'm just saying. I'm just saying that I need any mystery. Any. Even the slightest amount. Oh, hey, that third guy. I didn't know who he was. That would be cool, right? Oh, hey, that's how Dante plays? Oh, that's neat. Didn't see that coming. Oh, he has more than 2 of those arms. Oh, that's cool. They're going to show me the entire opening cutscene before the game comes out.
Maybe not. I don't know. They might keep, like, I'm hoping that like there's still more behind Nero. I'm hoping there's like another weapon or something else.
Yeah.
And that they just aren't talking about everything. I mean, with Dante, at least he has the thing of, yeah, he has multiple weapons. There's no way they're going to show all of them, right? Okay, there's a chance.
They're going to show all of them. And then the next major press thing is going to be talking about the third guy.
I mean,
who's Kylo Ren, but is in fact the guy from Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne.
Yes. The only thing that, I mean, with Nero, they had 2 press events right in a row.
You need to get rid of your classmates. Get rid of them. This movie got dumber. I didn't see it coming, but okay.
It managed, I guess.
Okay. High school reunions of Ray's high school reunion, but they're all demon games. I dig it, you know. First, I wasn't sure where episode 9 was going, but now, hyped.
If episode 9 was just Nocturne 2, I would.
Oh man,
way too much.
If episode 9 completely went off the rails, it would be the best fucking thing ever. Because the people who liked 8 would hate it. The people who liked 7 would hate it. Any actual Star Wars fan would fucking hate it. then I'd feel like I got even with the fucking Star Wars fanboys who are like, 8's fine.
Yes. If 9 literal demon lords that have nothing to do with Force showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Hell yes. That would be good.
Good.
That would be real good. Just as Zach has a theory, the third guy is Lucia and Dante's son. They conceived off-screen in Devil May Cry 2.
Definitely the case.
Devil May Cry 2, regrettably, is canon, and this takes place after it.
Yes, this is after 2. They say there will be connections. I'm excited.
I'm not excited for Dante's demon son.
Bird son.
Hopefully not a bird son. Hopefully not. Oh, man. But thank you all for joining us. We will see you next week for GigaBoots Podcast number 82. Live! Oh, and make sure you check out the weekly beating tomorrow night on twitch.tv/GigaBoots. Thank you and good night. I didn't actually record the song in time for this podcast. This is the ending theme. The podcast is over.